Mikey Williams, a high school phenom putting San Diego basketball back on the map. He is putting the world on notice as he is truly making a name for himself as one of the best high schoolers in the world. If you want to know how to make his build in NBA 2K21, then stick around and watch the whole video. Alright, to start off with the build, Mikey Williams, his position is a point guard, so go point guard. He's also right-handed, but you can make your play whatever handedness you want. He also wears the jersey number 1, so I'm going to make that our jersey number. For the skill breakdown, last year when I made my Mikey Williams video, I used this pie chart, which was probably the most well-rounded pie chart in the game last year, aside from the play lock. But this year, this is also a really good option. But I'm going to go with this new finishing and shooting pie chart because from the way that we're going to make the build, you can actually get contact dunks on this build. So go with this pie chart. For the physical profile, you have a lot of good options here. This first one is especially good because you will be really quick, but I really like this fourth option here because the vertical is also really high. So I'm going to go with this pie chart right here. Alright, for the finishing attributes, I'm going to start off by maxing out the driving dunk and the driving layup. For the close shot, I'm going to go all the way up and then go down just enough to where we're going to keep those 16 finishing badge upgrades. So that'll be an 85. For the shooting, I'm going to max out the midi, max out the 3, and max out the post fade. That's all you need. 16 is not that bad, but I feel like on this build, since you don't get Hall of Fame badges, you want to get a little bit more. So I'm going to go up to 18 shooting badges, which will be a 70 free throw. For the playmaking, we're going to max out the ball handle and max out the pass accuracy. And you can go down to a 77 pass accuracy, I believe, to keep those 13. Yep. So we're going to keep that at a 77. Finally, for the defensive rebounding, max out the perimeter defense, lateral quickness, steal, and defensive rebound. And you have 10 upgrades after that, and you can put that wherever you want on defense to get an extra badge. I would put it on offensive rebound. For the body shape, Mikey is not burly, he's not that built. I feel like he's a solid or defined player, but I'm going to choose defined. For the height, he is listed at 6'3" on various websites. Other websites have him at 6'1", which I can't really believe, but if you go down to 6'1", your stats don't even get boosted at all. So 6'3", safe option, best option, we're gonna go with that. For the weight, I would go all the way down on the weight just to be as quick as possible, but your strength does suffer. And there is a myth this year saying that strength matters when getting contact dunks. I don't believe it personally, but if you guys want, you could put the weight up, but I'll just go all the way down to be safe. For the wingspan, you might be tempted to go all the way down, but as you can see, your driving dunk loses 3 points, which goes down to a 77, 99 overall. You only go +4, which will be an 81 driving dunk. You can't even get contact dunks. I would go to 83.2. 83.2 is what I just changed on. Alright, I would actually go 82.2 because the driving dunk goes up to an 82, and at 98 overall, your stats are going to be boosted by 3, which means your driving dunk will be an 85. And you'll get all of the contact dunk packages. And as you can see, the shooting stats are not lowered that much. Your 3 and midi go down by 2, but it is still possible to shoot with a 77 3 and a 79 midi, as long as you have the right badge setup and a good jump shot. So we're going to go with this wingspan right here. And for the takeover, you have a lot of options to choose from: slasher, shot creator, playmaker, and sharpshooter. Playmaker, I wouldn't choose it because they haven't buffed it yet from what I've heard. So patch 3, I would not choose playmaker right now. I would either go with slasher or sharpshooter because they did nerf fades a little bit. So I wouldn't go shot creator, but you can if you want. I would probably go slasher or sharp. Sharp, it'll help you shoot better, and your 3 isn't the highest for a point guard, but it is still very decent. But I'm gonna go with slasher just to stay with the driving dunk theme of the build. As you can see, we've built a slasher, which is a very glitchy name because you can still shoot, you can still make and play defense pretty well, and your wingspan is decently long. So that's the build. We are now going to get into the badges that I would use in this build. Alright, getting into the badges, we're going to start off with the finishing badges, and we have 16 to work with. So, and you can get Hall of Fame badges as well, which is really, really nice. We're going to start off by maxing out Contact Finisher to Hall of Fame, Slithery Finisher to Hall of Fame, and Relentless Finisher Hall of Fame. Relentless Finisher helps you with your energy. You lose less energy as you attack the rim more. Contact Finisher, self-explanatory. You need that to get contact dunks or just dunk at all in NBA 2K21. For Slithery Finisher, this badge is really, really nice because paint defense is overpowered this year. Hopefully they nerf it a little bit or just make it so that not every single build can play amazing defense in the paint, because that's not really realistic. But this badge is really, really nice because you do avoid more contact, which means you can finish better in the paint. And for these 4 remaining upgrades, I'm going to put on Putback Boss on Bronze, so you can get those animations. You can actually get dunk animations off of a putback. And we have 3 upgrades to work with. So I would either go Acrobat Gold, because this badge is really, really nice this year. It does help you a lot. Or I'd go put that down to Silver, and for this 1 upgrade, I'd do Consistent Finisher, because the layups are kind of weird. You do miss wide open layups sometimes, so this badge is very, very helpful. For shooting, we have 18 upgrades to work with. Unfortunately, we can't get Hall of Fame badges on this pie chart, but it is okay because you do get Contact Dunk animations, which is very, very good, and it's a big part of the build. So with these 18 upgrades, I'm going to max out Range Extender, Hot Zone Hunter, but obviously this badge wouldn't be maxed out right away because if you're just making the build, you won't have any hot spots. So I would probably max out Range Extender first if you're actually making the build, and then do Hot Zone Hunter. But I do Green Machine next, then Deadeye. We have 6 upgrades to work with. So Clutch Shooter, it's actually a really, really good badge. It's very underrated. It activates, I believe, when your team has 11 points in any like Pro-Am game or Park game, not Pro-Am 5v5, just Pro-Am 3v3. So this badge is very nice. It does provide a big boost to your percentage and ratings, so that's nice. And for these 3 upgrades, you can do whatever you want. You can put on difficult shots, but I just wouldn't really take fades right now. I would probably either do Volume Shooter, or if you're really, really ballsy, Hot Start. Hot Start actually provides a way bigger boost than Green Machine, but the badge is risky in the sense that you can't miss any shot. So Green Machine is the safer option. If you combine it with Hot Start and you don't miss, then you're going to be insane. But I'd probably just do Volume Shooter just to be safe. Alright, for the playmaking, you have 13 upgrades. Quick for Step, mandatory. Handles for days, if you're going to be dribbling the ball for your team, if you're the primary ball handler, mandatory. Dimer, also mandatory, and Floor General, mandatory. Shooting is pretty tough this year, so your teammates are going to need all the help they can get. And for this last upgrade, I would normally put it on Bailout, but this year, Bailout passes are just way too accurate. I hope they tone that down in the future. So you could either do Unpluckable, Tight Handles, maybe Space Creator, but those animations aren't really good this year. So I'd either do Downhill. It's a good badge. 2K Lab put out a recent video on the effect of the Downhill badge, and it's actually a really, really decent bronze badge, so I'm going to go with that. And finally, for the defense and rebounding badges, we have 6 upgrades to work with. So I'd do Clamps and Intimidator, or I'd put down Intimidator to bronze because it's not really that helpful this year, to be honest. I have it bronze on one of my main players, and I get contested just fine in the paint or on the perimeter. So I put that down to bronze, and we have 2 upgrades to work with. So I do Interceptor, and probably just put that up to Silver, to be honest. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That's it for the badges. That's it for the video. Alright. That's it for the badges. Now we are going to get into the animations that I would use on this player. Alright, getting into the animations. Last year I would go into a My League custom roster and edit the animations that way. But this year it's a bit different. There are no good rosters yet, so I gotta do it this way. But for the jump shots, this year I don't really know the best jump shot, to be honest. 38, it's a decent one from last year. Still works pretty well. Also, jump shot 98 is really, really good. But the one that I see people using the most are either Trey Burke, which is right here, or what's his name? Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade is also a really, really popular jump shot this year. It's actually really, really good. The green window is fairly big, so I'd probably go with this jump shot. And if you're doing this in the jump shot creator, I've heard that going one tick down from max speed is best because the green window is a little bit bigger. So I would follow that, and the releases are all personal preference. The people at 2K say that they don't matter towards release timing, it's all visual, but I definitely don't believe that. So I would just experiment with what releases you like and go from there. So I would use jump shot Dwayne Wade. Free throw, this doesn't matter, really doesn't matter. But for me and all my players, I use Don Nelson free throw, which is the glitchiest free throw in the game. You're gonna see the animation real quick. It's so green and it looks just insane. Look at that. It's so green. It's so good. So I would use this free throw. For the dribble pull up, fades, like I said, they are nerfed a little bit. The make percentage went down by about 10%, I believe, in this patch. But Steph Curry fade is really good. It's fairly fast, so I would use this dribble pull up if you're going to be shooting fades. For the hop jumper, or for the spin jumper, I like normal 4. It creates a lot of space and it's pretty fast, so I would do that. For the hop jumper, don't really do many hop jumpers, so I don't really know a good one to recommend. I'd probably do normal 21 because that's what Ticino used last year. So I would do this one. It looks kind of goofy though. I don't know. Post fades, you're not going to be doing many post fades as a point guard. Same with post hooks, post hop shots, and all this stuff. So we're going to go to dribble moves. Dribble style, this player is not upgraded at all, so I can't really get or show you any of these animations, but any dribble style should work. For the moving crossover, I would do Pro 2. Behind the back, same thing as last year. Pro 3, Pro 6, or Pro 5 are all very good options, so I would go with any of these 3. For the moving spin, basic 1 is still going to get you that glitchy spin back animation. I think normal 1 does the same thing, so I'd go with any of these 2. For the moving hezzy, I don't really see many people doing the moving hezzies this year. It's all about the Curry slide. If you have that Curry slide animation, you are set for the entire year. You don't have to do any other animation besides that Curry slide. So for the SIG size up, I believe the one that gets you the Curry slide, funny enough, is going to be Ja Morant, Steve Nash, or Chris Paul. I think these 3. Obviously Steph Curry will give it to you as well, I believe. So any of those options will do. For the park size up, I don't do park handles. They just mess me up when I'm dribbling. The basic size ups, again, all personal preference. I don't really do this as well because you have to flick up on the right stick, or you have to hold it actually, and it doesn't really feel good like when you're just dribbling. So I avoid that. For the size up packages, for the size up escape, and for the size up escape, there are a lot of good options to choose from. I can't see them because this player is not upgraded, but any of the pro animations should do. And for the triple threat styles, this really doesn't matter. I don't think it matters, but I feel like normal 4 is best because you are already standing pretty like tall already out of the triple threat, which means you can like fake out your opponent better. So yeah. Guys, that's it for the video. If you stayed around till the end, thank you so much. Again, sub if you're new, sub if you watch my videos. Only 1.4% of you guys that watch my stuff are actually subscribed. So it would mean the world to me if you support me and help me achieve my dreams of becoming a bigger channel. Alright, I will see you guys with my next video. Peace.